Good morning, student. Myself Veena Tripathi. Welcome to your online class. Students, today I am going to explain you in Geography Chapter 6 Importance of Oceans. See, students, previous chapter 5 we have learned temperature, and in this chapter we are going to discuss about that importance of ocean. See, students, in the previous standard we have studied the lithosphere and hydrosphere of the earth and the proportion of land and water on earth and also the major oceans. So see, students, that means previous standard, fifth standard. So students, already we have discussed all this in previous standard about that means lithosphere, hydrosphere of the earth, the proportion of land and water on earth, and also the major oceans. Note the area of each ocean given in the following table. So see, students, see there is a table is given, and on the table we are seeing that oceans and area in square kilometer. So first one is Pacific Ocean. So see, students, first of all, how to by heart that ocean's name. P stands for Pacific, A stands for Atlantic, I stands for Indian, S stands for Southern, and A stands for Arctic. And this way, PAISA, that is PESA. And this way you can by heart that ocean's name. Okay, students. Now see that, students, in the table, area in square kilometer also given that. That means Pacific Ocean. How much area is given, students? That is 16 crore 62 lakh 40,977 square kilometer. Second one is Atlantic Ocean. That is 8 crore 65 lakh 57,402. Indian Ocean, that is 7 crore 34 lakh 26,163. Southern Ocean, 2 crore 32 lakh and 7,000. Arctic Oceans, 1 crore 32 lakh 24,479 square kilometer. All this, it is given that area is given in square kilometer. Okay, students, and oceans. And say, students, how to by heart this ocean name? PESA. That is, P stands for Pacific, A stands for Atlantic, I stands for Indian, S stands for Southern, and A stands for Arctic. And this way, short form is PESA. Okay, students, this way you have to by heart this ocean's name. Okay, students. The hydrosphere includes all the water bodies that exist on the earth. This covers all the oceans, seas, river, and their tributaries. So see, students, that means the hydrosphere includes all the water bodies that was exist on the earth, and this covers all the oceans, students, seas, rivers, and their tributaries, lakes, reservoirs, and also groundwaters. Of the total global water, 97.7% is contained in ocean. So see, students, that means how much percent of the total global water is contained in ocean, students? That is 97.7% of the total global water is contained in oceans. Okay, students. Do you know? We always see the living world around us. There is considerable diversity in the living world on land. Okay, students. So that means we always see the living world around us. Okay, students. And there is a considerable diversity in the living world on land. The living world in the hydrosphere is many times greater than the living world on land. And see, students, that means the living world in the hydrosphere is many times greater than the living world on earth, land. And it has a much greater diversity also. See the student picture figure 6.1. Can you see that? See, there is a small fish also and big fish also, and see that big whales also. Okay, that means figure 6.1, living things in the hydrosphere. Okay, students, so there was a much greater diversity was there. So you can see in this picture. Okay, students, can you see that? Do it yourself. See, students, totally cancel or mark with pencil. No need to read this. Do it yourself. See, students, this is totally activity based. So you have to take some water in a steel dish. See that, students, figure 6.2. Can you see that? So see, students, you have to take some water in a steel dish. it is better if the water is from a bore well. So what is important, students? The water is from bore well. Okay, keep the water in direct sunlight. So it will put outside. That means keep the water in direct sunlight. So sunlight should reach that place. Do not remove the dish until all the water get evaporated. So see, students, so you have to put, that means water on that steel dish, and do not remove the dish until all the water gets evaporated. See, students, evaporated means sort turn from liquid into vapor. Okay, students, that is, we can say the evaporated. Observe the dish after the water has evaporated completely. So afterwards, students, when water has been completely evaporated, so you have to observe that. Okay, students, what do you see? That means, what do you see, students? Taste the substance in the dish. See, students, can you see that? See that steel dish, you can see that the water is totally evaporated. So what you, that means you have to, that means after that you have to taste the substance in the dish. Now see, the students' expression was there. You must have noticed that after the water evaporated completely, a whitish layer is left in the dish. So see, student, it is very clear cut. Okay, when the water is totally evaporated, so you can see that a whitish layer is left in the dish. Okay, students, if you taste it, you will find that it is salty. So when you taste that, students, so what you find that it is, that taste will be salty. Okay, you will realize that these are the salt in the water. So by the taste, when you taste that, you get, that means what you think, that means salty was there. So what you realize, that these are the salts in the water. In drinking water, the proportion of salts is quite low. So see, students, whatever the water we are drinking, on that salt is quite low. That means very less. Water from oceans and seas has a greater amount of salt, hence it tastes salty. And say, students, that means whatever we are drinking the water, on that salt is very less or quite less, low. But water from oceans and seas, students, has a greater amount of salt, and because of that it taste is salty. Okay, students, so these are totally activity based are there. So what we learn, that means after that evaporated water, what are the whitish layer is left, when we taste that, taste is salty, and afterwards we realize that these are the salts in the water. Okay, students, but whatever the water we are drinking, that on that salt proportion is quite low. Okay, students, so these are the differences are there. Can you see that? Okay, think a little. So say, students, some questions are given here. First one is, where does the water flowing through the rivers go in the end? So say, students, the water flowing through the rivers goes into the oceans in the end. Okay, students. Next question, are there volcanic eruptions in the sea? Yes, students. Yes, volcanic eruptions take place in the seas. See, students, picture figure 6.3, volcano under the ocean. So see that volcanic eruption. Can you see that? Okay, students. Explanation, there is abundant aquatic life in the oceans, from the microscopic planktons to huge whales. Different types of living things are found in the oceans. Once they die, their remains accumulate in the ocean. And see, students, that means in the ocean, you can say that there is abundant aquatic life in the oceans. Okay, that means from microscopic planktons to huge whales, you can find where, in the oceans. And this way, students, different types of living things are found in the ocean. And see, students, once when they die, or once they die, their remains accumulate in oceans. Accumulate means collect in oceans. Okay, students, all rivers flowing from mountains or hilly areas finally meet the oceans. Sediments from eroded lands, trees and bushes flowing with the water, dead remains, etc. enter the oceans with this river water. And see, students, you all know that all the rivers which are flowing from the mountainous place or hilly place areas, finally where they meet, students, all are meet into the oceans. Okay, students. And see, students, sediments from eroded lands, trees and bushes flowing with the water, whatever they are flowing with the help of the water, students, dead remains, etc., enter the oceans with this river water. Okay, students, all are enter into the oceans. Okay, students, with this river water. In both the above process, the dead remains decompose, releasing various minerals and salt in the ocean water. And this way, students, in both the above processes, the dead remains decompose. Okay, students, releasing various minerals and salts in the ocean water. Volcanic eruptions occur on land. Similar volcanic eruptions take place in the ocean as well. So, see, students, volcanic eruptions, how that occur on the land. Similar process, students, volcanic eruptions take place in the ocean also. See figure 6.3, students. See that volcano under the ocean. See, this is a picture of volcanic eruption. Okay, students. And because of the volcanic eruption, what happened, students? Different minerals, ashes, salts, and gases all are come out and added to the water. Okay, students. And this increases the level of salt minerals in ocean water. That means salts and minerals in ocean water. That means, students, because of the volcanic eruptions, what happened that different minerals, ashes, salts, and gases are added to the water. Okay, students, and this increases the level of salts and minerals in ocean water. Okay, students, due to the continuous evaporation of oceanic water, the proportion of salts increases. And you all know that due to the continuous evaporation of oceanic water, and because of that, student, the proportion of salt increases. Okay, students, very large scale. All these things make the ocean water more salty. Okay, students, the salinity of ocean water is different at different places. So see that, students, the salinity of ocean water is different in different places. It is not same. Salinity is expressed in terms of mils particles per thousand. And see, students, the average salinity of oceanic water is 35 per thousand, students. And the students, the Dead Sea is known as to have the maximum salinity. Why, students? Why we can say the Dead Sea is known to have the maximum salinity? Because, students, its salinity is 332 per thousand. Okay, students, and because of that, we can say that the Dead Sea is known to have the maximum salinity. And say, students, the average salinity of oceanic water is 35 per thousand. Okay, students, we obtain salt from the salty water. You all know that from where we are getting the salt, students? We are getting the salt from the salty water. Salt as a substance is obtained by constructing salt pan in the coastal areas. And say, students, salt as a substance is obtained by constructing salt pans where in the coastal areas. See figure 6.4. See, students, 6.4 salt pans. Can you see that? See, students, salt pan in the coastal areas. That means you all know that salt pans in the coastal areas. Students, salt pan means what? An undrained shallow depressions in which water accumulates, means collect, evaporates, and deposits salt. We can say the salt pan. See picture 6.4, student. Can you see that? It is salt pan picture. Okay, students. Many minerals like phosphate, sulfate, iodine, etc. are also obtained from the sea. And see, students, there are so many different types of minerals also we are getting from the sea. Which are they, students? That is phosphate, sulfates, iodine. Okay, students, we depend on ocean to some extent for minerals. And see, students, this way we are depends on ocean. Okay, students, to some extent for mineral purpose. Okay, students, see figure 6.5 and answer the following questions. See, students, can you tell? Okay, this all are the various food items are there, students. Some questions are there. You have to observe this and give the answer. Okay, students, what items are included in our diet? That means all these are the food items are there, students. Various types of food items are there, but what items are included in our diet, that you have to give the answer. So there are items like rice, chapatis, paratha, idli vada, fish, chicken, lots of there. Okay, so etc. are included in our diet. Okay students, which items amongst those shown come under non-vegetarian food? So see students, in this picture, what is non-vegetarian foods are there students? So see the picture. So items like fish, chicken and mutton amongst those shown come under non-vegetarian food. Okay students. Next question is, which of these are prepared from aquatic creatures? So see students, so on that, in this food, which of these are prepared from aquatic creatures? You all know that aquatic creatures, that is which are living on the water, that is fish. So fish items are prepared students from aquatic creatures. Okay students. Now see the explanation students. Many of us include fish in our diet. We get fish from rivers, lakes and sea. The proportion of fish in sea is much greater than of those in rivers and lakes. Now see students, so many people are eating the fish in their diet. Okay, and you all know that we get fish from where students? Rivers, lakes and sea. And also students, the proportion of fish in sea is much greater than those in rivers and lakes. Okay students, catching marine animals is a large scale activity the world over. Okay, so fishing, you know that students, fishing is an occupation. Okay, and catching marine animals is a large scale activity that means the world over. It is one of the ancient occupation of human beings, and also it is very ancient, just like agriculture. Fishing also students is one of the ancient occupation of human beings. Though food is the major purpose of this activity students, marine animals like also used for the production of fertilizers, pharmaceuticals and also in research. Okay, not only that means fish are used in, that means in our diet. Okay, but also we can use for that from fish fertilizers. Okay students, in India people mainly consumes prawns, that is columbi, clams, tisri, crabs, shellfish, surmai, mackerel, bangda, that is pomfret, pamphlet, Indian shark, mori, Indian salmon, rawas, etc. So these are the names of the fish are there students. So all these other names are there. Fish, different types of names are there. Okay students, many other types of marine animals are consumed in different parts of the world. Okay students, the life of people from countries that have a coastline largely depends on the sea, especially if there are few other occupations. Okay students, and this way students, the life of the peoples from countries that have a coastline largely depends on the sea students, and especially if there are few other occupations. And Seychelles, Mauritius, Maldives, etc. are some of these are there. Okay students, do it yourself. Oceans and climate. So see students, this is table. The above table records the maximum and minimum temperature from some place located between 30 degree and 40 degree north parallel. Study the table and do as directed. So see students, see this table, place name, place country, Beijing's country China. Okay, their mean maximum temperature is 18.4 and mean minimum temperature is 08.4. So to minus that 18.4 minus 08.4, so whatever you are getting, that is the range of temperature. Okay students, next one is Istanbul, their country name is Turkey. So that is, you see that mean maximum temperature is 18.0 and mean minimum temperature is 10.0. Okay, and afterwards you have to minus it and find out the answer range of the temperature. Next one is Madrid, country name is Spain, that is mean maximum temperature is 90.0 and minimum temperature is 0.09.0. Okay, and afterwards you have to minus it, 19.0 minus 9.0, you are getting the range of temperature. And afterwards New York, place country name is United States, mean maximum temperature students, that is 16.3 and mean minimum temperature is, that is 08.3. Again you have to minus it, 16.3 minus 08.3, so you will get the range of temperature. Okay students, afterward then where, that is country is United States, again mean maximum temperature is 16.2 and mean minimum temperature is 02.2. Again to do that, what you do that students, you have to minus it, 60.2 minus 02.2, you will getting the range of temperature. And afterwards place Kabul, country name is Afghanistan, again mean maximum temperature is 14.7 students, and mean minimum temperature is 05.2. Again you have to do that, minus it, that means 14.7 minus 05.2. So you will get the range of temperature. And last one is Baghdad place, country name is Iraq. Mean maximum temperature is 30.4 and mean minimum temperature is 14.7. Again you have to minus it, 30.4 minus 14.7, you will get the range of temperature. So this way you have to calculate that, students. Now what you will get the answer, students? See that range of temperature. First one you will get the 10, second one you will get the 08, third one again you will get the 10, fourth one is 08, fifth one is 14, and sixth one is 9.5, and last one is, students, 15.7. So to minus it, you will get the answer. Okay, students, this way you have to calculate the difference between the mean, maximum and minimum temperature and write it in the last column. Okay, students, highlights the rows for the place having a range of temperature over 10 degrees C with red color. Okay, students, so you have to see the table. Okay, so which place having a range of temperature over 10 degrees C, students, you have to mark with red color. Next one, color other row in blue. Okay, students, find the location of this place from an atlas. Afterwards you find out the location of this place from atlas. Which place are closer to the ocean, students? Tell whether the range of temperature at this place is less or more. So see, students, your answer will be that Istanbul and New York are closer to the ocean. Okay, students, the range of temperature at this place is less. Next question, what might be the main reason leading to difference in the temperature range of different place? So see, students, the nearness to the sea and continentality might be the main reason, students, leading to the difference in the temperature range of different place. Okay, students. Next question, in which thermal zone are all these places located? That is your answer will be that temperate thermal zone. Okay, students. Next question, which place are far away from the ocean, students? That is Beijing, Madrid, Denver, Kabul and Baghdad are far away from the ocean. Okay, students. Do those places have a greater or smaller temperature range? So see, students, the places that are far away from the ocean have a greater temperature range. Okay, students. Afterwards, mention the place having the smallest and greatest temperature range, students. So that is Istanbul and New York have a smallest temperature range, students, and Baghdad has the greatest temperature range. Okay, students. After last one is draw a graph for the above data, use a proper color schemes. Okay, students. So it is your totally activity based, students. Okay, students. Explanation. You must have realized from the above activity that there is a difference in the temperature of different places on the earth. Similarly, there is difference in the maximum and minimum temperature also. So see, students, while studying the table we getting the knowledge. Okay, so we realize also that means difference in temperature of different place on the earth. Okay, and similarly there is a difference in the maximum and minimum temperature also. So say, students, this difference is less in the coastal region, that is because of the nearness to the sea, and while it is more where, students, it is more in the region far away from the sea, that is because of the continentality. Okay, students, this means that in region close to the ocean, seas or large reservoirs there is not much of a difference in the temperature throughout the day. Okay, students, the main reason of this is mixing of vapor released through evaporation of water from these water bodies into air. So what are the main reasons are they, students? That means the main reasons for this is the mixing of vapor released through evaporation of water from these water bodies into air. This vapor in the air absorbs and stores the heat released from the land. Okay, students, and this way, students, this vapor in the air absorbs and stores the heat released from the land. Hence, the temperature in the coastal areas remain equable. Okay, so that means equally. So say, students, you have studied that the equatorial region receive near perpendicular sun rays, that means straight line, straight rays of the sun. As a result, these areas get more heat, whereas the polar region, students, receive highly slant rays. And say, students, that means equatorial place sun rays are perpendicular, and that's why their areas get more heat, and whereas the polar region receive highly slant rays, that's why that place they're not having the more heat was not there. Okay students, this differential heating creates imbalance in the temperature of air in different parts. This leads to formation of belt of high and low pressure on the earth. And see, because there was an imbalance are there, that means polar place there is no heat was there, and equator place, that means there the more heat was there, so there are imbalance are there students. Why? Because this differential heating creates imbalance to the temperature of air in different parts students. This leads to formation of belts of high and low pressure on the earth. Wind blow due to pressure difference in these belts, and these winds are called planetary winds. Okay students, that means which winds, that means this lead the formation of belts, high and low pressure on the earth students, and winds blow due to pressure difference in this belt. These winds we can say that planetary winds. Okay students, these winds move the oceanic water in the form of currents, and these currents are warm currents and cold currents. So there are two currents are the students. Which are two currents are the student? That is warm current and cold current. Okay students, warm currents move towards cold region and cold currents move towards warm region. This means ocean's current move from the equatorial region to polar region and from polar region to the equatorial region. This leads to the redistribution of heat on the earth. And see students, that means warm current move towards cold region and cold currents move towards warm region. Okay students, and this means ocean currents move from the equatorial region to polar region and from polar region to the equatorial region. And see students, this leads to the redistribution of heat on the earth place. The cold current moving towards the equatorial region make the temperature of coastal areas in that zone milders, whereas the warm currents coming to the colder region causes temperature in coastal areas to rise. We have seen this in figure 5.6. Okay students, the oceans act as the controller of global temperature in the two ways described above students. The ocean have a vast expanse, therefore huge amount of vapor get created. This process goes on continuously, it is never stop, it is continuous process students. From this vapor the earth gets rainfall, and you all know that because of this vapor the earth getting rainfall. Okay students, oceans are the source of rain, and because of ocean we are getting the rain students, and oceans are the source of rain. The rainwater flow through the rivers and stream and finally flow back to into ocean. And this way students, the rainwater flow through rivers and streams and finally flow back into the ocean. This makes it clear that the beginning and the end of the water cycle takes place in the ocean only. And it is very clear cut students, that means the beginning and end of water cycle take place where? In the ocean. Okay students, do you know totally cancel students? I have marked with pencil, no need to read this. Okay students, do you know this is also totally cancel? I have marked with pencil, no need to read this. Okay students, oceans and resources. We have seen earlier that we obtain salt, fish, shells and other products from the oceans. So see students, all these things we have seen earlier. Okay, beside this we get minerals like iron, lead, cobalt, sodium, magnesium, chromium, zinc, etc. from the ocean floor. And see students, that means which minerals we are getting from the ocean floor. What are they students? Their minerals names are example iron, lead, cobalt, sodium, magnesium, chromium, etc., zinc, etc. Okay students, all these minerals we are getting from the ocean floor. We also get minerals, oil and natural gas. See students, figure 6.7, first one is lead, second one is cobalt, third one is magnesium and fourth one is iron ore. Okay students, we get precious items like pearls, coral or ornamental items like shells, as also medicinal plant from the sea. Okay students, oceanic transport. Oceans have provided us the most economic option of transportation. Large scale transport of goods is carried out with the help of ship, traveler, boat, etc. And see students, large scale transport of goods is carried out with the help of ships, traveler, boat, etc. See figure 6.8. Okay students, see the water transport. International trade is carried out on a large scale using waterways. And you know students, international trade is carried out on a large scale using waterway only. Okay students, countries like Spain, Norway, Japan have a good coastline. Okay students, which other countries are they have the very good coastline students? Example, Spain, Norway, Japan. Okay, due to goods transport by ocean route, these countries have gained importance. Okay students, because of that, due to goods transport by oceanic route, by ocean routes, these countries have gained importance. Okay students, see the figure is 6.8, that is water transport. Okay students, ocean current are quite important in water transport. Okay students, as far as possible water transport is carried out along ocean current. They accelerate the speed of ship and also save fuel to a considerable extent. So see students, because of the ocean current, what happened that you know that it saved time also and fuel also. Okay students, that means as far as possible water transport is carried out along ocean current. They accelerate the speed of ship and also save fuel to a considerable extent. And this way, because of the ocean current, it saves time and fuel also. Okay students, water transport is conducted on a much higher scale as compared to other mode of transport. And you know students, hence for transport of bulky material like coal, crude oil, raw material, metallic minerals, food grain, etc., water transport is given preference. So all these are, that means all these materials are coming from the with the help of the water transport. Okay students, example, that means transport of bulky materials like coal, crude oil, raw material, metallic minerals, food grain, etc., water transport is given preference. Okay students, issues related to oceans means problems related to ocean. About 70.8% of the surface of earth is occupied by water, and because of that we can say the earth is a water planet. In order to fulfill his requirement, man undertake many activities. This leads to the production of huge amount of different types of waste. This waste material cause pollution. Okay students, pollution of oceanic water is a major and serious problems issues that has developed in recent times. So just go through that, what are the problems are there. Okay students, first one, oil spill. See students, figure 6.9, oil spill, and because of this water is totally, oceanic water is totally polluted. Okay students, second one is releasing the waste produce in the coastal cities into the sea. That is also one reasons are there why the oceanic water is polluted. Third one is material thrown out from ships. Fourth one is exploitative fishing. Fifth one is cutting of mangrove forest in the coastal areas. That is also the major reasons are there students. And sixth one is disaster caused by the water mines. Seventh one is sewage released by industries and cities. See students, figure 6.10, sewage released, that means being released into the sea. And eighth one is excavations carried out into the, that means in the sea. So all these are the reasons are the students why the oceanic water is polluted. All the things listed above lead to large scale pollution of oceanic water. So see students, what are the points we discussed that because of that in oceanic their pollution was created. Okay students, some coastal regions are proving to be death trap for aquatic animals. As a result, many aquatic animals are under the threat of being extinct. So see students, because of that you know that some coastal regions are proving to be death trap for aquatic animals. And see students, as a result many aquatic animals are under the threat of being extinct. Extinct means what? Lost. Example, the blue whale, some types of sea turtles, dolphin, etc. Okay students, always remember, a larger proportion of the surface of the earth is occupied by water, and because of that students we can say that earth is a water planet. Most of the water is salty. The living world in this salty water is suffering from the pollution caused by man. And see students, the living world in this salty water, they are suffering from the pollution caused by man, and that's why we must avoid this. We must not pollute the oceanic water. Okay students, can you do it? What will you do? And again, what will you do? All are cancelled students, no need to read this. Always remember, The proportion of water being greater than that of land, the earth is known as the water planet. Okay students, because 71% water is there. Okay, only 29% is land. Okay students, water in any form is a boon for the living world. Of all the planet known to man, the earth is the only one which has a living world. And see students, only earth planet we people are living that. And you know that our earth is a water planet. Of all the planet known to man, the earth is the only one which has a living world. Okay students, exercise A, find the odd man out. B, write the answer. See students, all these are the assignment I am giving to you as your homework. You have to write this in your workbook or your notebook and read this lesson twice, 2 times properly. I hope that you understood this lesson. Thank you.